Yeah, this is PC Engine. I don't know how well the volume sounds, so you let me know if the voice is too loud or the sound of the handheld's too loud. I'm not really sure that I'll be able to talk over the sound of the handheld or not, or if I'll need to use a separate microphone. This is PC Engine at the 8x7 aspect with the integer scale overscan on. And I'm not really like an aspect nerd or a real technical handheld nerd, so I'm probably doing a lot of things wrong, but this is currently set up, I think, for as large as the screen, can handle this system. It looks really good. And it's not all that small. It's really, I think it's about the size of the 135. Um, I need to fix some lighting in here too, but it's it's really not too small. I have the Nova sitting right here too, I guess. So that gives you some idea. It's about the size of the 135 or probably the Pocket Micro too. So far, I haven't really had any issues with heat generation. I mean, it gets warm in the hands because it's metal, and I guess it heats up some, but nothing like uncomfortable. And I haven't played anything but like, you know, lower end systems, Game Boy, PC Engine, NES, SNES. I was having an issue with RetroArch wanting to like crap out when I was exiting manually last night, but seems to be working fine today. I don't really know. It was really happening a lot when I was playing Kirby. Um, Still need to save my shaders apparently. Or no, just colors. Jesus. Yeah, right there. I don't I don't know what this is about. I don't know if I'm like navigating too quickly to close and freaking it out, but it's like locked up. I can't get out. Um, I don't know if it's like the MGBA core. I don't really know what's causing it. It seems to be maybe more of a Game Boy issue, and I haven't figured any way to get out of it except to reset it. So that's annoying. Um, but like this morning, I've been playing not Game Boy, so it hasn't been an issue. I'll tell you one thing, I can't keep up with the chat and play the games and keep my face off the screen and manage like everything else at the same time. I don't know how everybody does this. But that's the only issue that I really had. I don't really, like I said, I'm not like a emulation genius, so I don't really know what's causing that. But I haven't noticed it in other games. I've never actually played this game. I haven't played a lot of games really. I'm like a big poser. I think I like the idea of video games more than I actually like playing them. And I've played them my whole life, but I don't know. I get into some games, but like a lot of games I've just never played. Does dude do anything? Is it just jumping? It's pretty chill. What even is this? Just like a grab loot game? What is this? Oh, snap. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, I'm just trying to share. No one, you're not bothering me. It's hard to manage the chat and play the games for me. It's the new thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's better. I'm not really familiar with all the adventure island premise and lore. The device is pretty nice. The only like issue I have like with it is there's like a slight blemish on the A face button, and it's not something you can really like. You can't feel it. It's kind of hard to see. It's like a slight imperfection in like the metal cast or something. It's ever so slightly darker in this spot. So it's not really marred. I mean, it looks like maybe it is, but it again, it's not really an issue. It's more of a visual thing. But with these metal buttons, my understanding is, Lao Zhang, not too happy with maybe keeping the metal buttons anyway. So it's probably like a pain to manufacture them and the cost and stuff. The triggers are actually like incredibly quiet. Yeah, it's just a little annoying. Like it's not really that big of a deal. and you have to see it like in just the right light to actually see it. The funny thing is, my Portal actually has like the same type of thing. Like on the button, it has like a slight marring from manufacturer. Again, it's not really something you can feel on the Portal either, but it's just there. It's just one of those annoying things. Like you spend money on your Chinese toys, and then they show up and they've got like the tiny little imperfection, and then you go on Reddit and complain, right? This is another game I've never played. It looks pretty awesome though. I just realized I haven't turned this on since I put it back together. So I saw someone had severed the speaker cable um, when they put theirs back together, so that's unfortunate. It wasn't like the most. It wasn't the most simple thing to take apart. I've never taken a Retroid apart before. It was okay, but it was just the screws are really tight for me, and it was a little bit more work than I really wanted to swap the buttons. I don't have this thing set up at all, really. I just wanted to make sure it turned on, and the speakers seemed to work. Get into that later. I do like the buttons, though. I didn't do the D-pad. I stuck with the black D-pad, but the 16-bit looks nice too. I think it looks good with the Skittles or the DMG buttons, either way. But yeah, other than that, the build quality on here is really nice. Um, the the glass on the back, is a choice, but I thought about putting some of the grip tape on here that I have on my Game MT stuff that I quite like, but I don't know, like I'd have to get it perfect on this glass. Like I feel like I would get it on there and then I just wouldn't be happy with it and I'd take it off. So it's not too bad. My only like ergonomically, the only issue I really have is like if you're holding it and you have a tendency to kind of get your knuckles down right underneath of it to kind of balance it out because it's metal. It's like not the most comfortable like right here. The 135 is a little bit more comfortable, I think, to play on like for a longer period of time. But this has like a much nicer screen, a different aspect, and it's still really nice. But it is a hunk of metal. Yeah, that was the Retroid launcher. I'm not really a big front end person. Um, I've used like the stock Ambernick one and the Retroid one on my Flip 2 for the most part. I really use Beacon if I want to set anything up with Android now. I just set up Beacon and I use that. Yeah, the grip tape, I really like the feel of it. It like the Game MT devices are okay, but like the plastic's pretty cheap and there's a lot of plastic on the back. So the grip tape really helped out. But I don't know if I could get the exact same fit on here that I would want. Um, but yeah, this thing's not too bad. I'm probably gonna stop streaming here pretty soon. I just kind of wanted to test things out and at least get one human in here so I could get some feedback on like just the lighting and the sound at least moving forward maybe. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable thing, but I'm partial to the candy bar form factor. I think that's pretty a good fit for me. So I want to know who's using the lanyard though. Like it has the lanyard holes, but this is like the last thing I would put a lanyard on. I mean, maybe you should. Maybe if you're out and about, like you would want a lanyard on here, but it just, I don't know. I feel like you need a pretty fancy lanyard too, but I don't really take my handhelds outside. I'll take like the 135 and like the rotate or like the XU20 V32 or something. But I don't really take mine out of the house too much. But I'm also inside a ton anyway. The font on the start and select is pretty funny though. Kind of hard for me to deal with this lighting and this glare and like the fact that it's glass, man. I really not like a fan of the Star Wars lighting or Star Wars font. I mean, it's interesting, but it's more of like a meme thing than anything that I really like wanted on here. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. I got some work to do too, so I appreciate you stopping by, Sandpest. I'll look for some feedback on the stream, but I'll maybe do another one in the future. I just want to get something out here testing wise. Catch you on the next one. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure how well the font was coming through in the on the camera, but it's kind of weird. It really like you can see it in certain light, you can like see it really well, and in other lighting you can't. It's actually kind of neat. Like I don't I think it's just a coincidence, but there almost appears to be an effect where it's not like backlit, but it just is more apparent in some lighting than others. And most of the time you can't really see it, but I like to think the little green light is, the lightsaber. Yeah, all right. Well, you take it easy too. Thanks for stopping by. Talk soon.